right now in your journey, the best thing you can do is get on calls with people and show them the product, you know? So if you'd like to start, you can just jump into the demo and we'll take it from there.
Perfect, perfect. I can do it right now. I hope it
Yeah.
doesn't crash. It's like
Hopefully, but that's part of the the risk of showing it to people. You get to see it break in ways that you're not used to, right? Because
yeah,
you're used to using the product a certain way,
yeah,
but you can't control how customers are going to use it. So the demo, you start with prospects
yeah,
like myself, but then once you get customers, you get on the call with them and tell them, "Hey, show me how you use, the product,"
yeah,
and then boom, you know.
yeah. Do you want me to get right into the screenshot?
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. You get confetti when you sign in.
Yeah, man. It's like it's been a year kind of perfecting product because it has like multiple components in that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So
Nice.
I have a few production ready websites that are working on it on top of it already. For example,
Okay. And this is
a
where
blog.
you land when as soon as you sign in?
Yeah, yeah. So you kind
Okay.
of have this full analytics. This is live analytics for this website called blockchaingrants.org.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's like all the content or all the stuff that is created on the website on Notion actually. So
Mm-hmm.
everything's like schema ready for
Mm-hmm.
SEO. Apart from that, it's also it's like site maps ready, headlines, it's H1, H2s, H3s,
Mm-hmm.
everything's perfect. So and it's all of this is kind of indexed on Google, as you can see. So all of these URLs kind of get indexed indirectly, it's like directly on Google. Um,
Very nice.
uh, yeah. So and all this content kind of lives on Notion, so you can simply add you create pages directly on Notion by just adding content, and it kind of shows up howsoever you want it. You want to show it like featured, it'll show up like
Can you
featured.
show me the Notion view?
Yeah. So as you can see, I clicked on view on Notion. This is what the
Mm-hmm.
Notion looks like. It's actually just a table that you kind of fill out. You can
Mm-hmm.
use. I'm using Notion AI to it's like to it's like define categories, to add
Mm-hmm.
tags. You can do the same. In fact, create descriptions and all of those things using Notion AI as well. So kind of becomes like easier to just simply add data like this, and you have the logo up there, and you can just
Okay.
simply create the listing, and it shows up
But
just like that.
but do
Stop
you
it.
create the landing page in Notion as well, or
No, no,
you
no.
create?
So it's just it just acts like a database. So the landing page work needs to be done here. So because all of these websites are like Next.js
Mm-hmm.
and uses like Google Cloud in the background. So it's like when you're building a website on this, it's not like some random HTML fixed website.
Mm-hmm.
It's a proper Next.js website with meta tags, with SEO schemas, with proper image lazy loads. Everything's like set up. So yes, like it's basically a production ready website that you can
Can you
spin up.
can you walk me through it like from fresh? Like I get Wonder sites, right?
Yeah. So
What is the pitch first of all? Like it's take whatever Notion document and paywall it, or what is the pitch?
when you create a website on WonderSign, well,
Mhm.
the idea behind why I started it was to spin up a website, to spin up a business. Let's say I want to create a directory or a marketplace or any offering that kind of brings the community together.
Mhm.
Um, so that it's like if let's say I create a job website, and so I want to list out and aggregated jobs on my website, and thereafter I have people sign up or it's like apply for those jobs and take
Okay.
those and take it to another website, a two-sided marketplace, which is like how remote OK operates
Okay.
from like yeah. So the same
So
thing.
it's
So it's like
mostly for directories?
it's like it's for directories. It's also for help desks. So I'm actually spinning up help desk right now and blogs right now. So as you can see, when we go on create site, you can quickly create a site like this, and you
Okay.
can create a product doc, a blog,
Okay.
a
So
help
it's
desk.
products,
Yeah,
blogs, help desk, and directory. All right.
yeah. So that's pretty much it. But you can in
Mhm.
fact go creative with this, I'm actually adding more and more templates in there so that it kind of
But
becomes
that's what
easy.
you're selling right now. Like
Yeah,
it's good to have a vision and a roadmap,
yeah,
but selling the roadmap is not for customers. That's for
yeah,
investors, right?
yeah, yeah.
Right
I'm
now,
I'm getting
it's
too excited about what's about to come because I'm
yeah,
working on. Yeah, yeah,
it's common, but you're shooting yourself in the foot because
yeah,
you want to sell what you have, not what you're gonna have.
yeah,
Okay, so you can do a directory marketplace product.blog or help
yeah,
desk. All right.
yeah.
So let's say just for ease, I want to create a blog, right? So pick the blog. What happens then?
So when you take, it's like you select the blank template. Let's say we
Uh-huh.
select the template, we can simply go through and connect our Notion database.
Hmm.
Uh, we're gonna, it's like use the default template with the default
Okay.
data in it. So just a second. I thought it's about to crash.
Yeah, it did. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go for the
Hmm.
template allowed by developer. So that's gonna
Hmm.
create a template directly in your Notion, and yeah, so
Okay. So it creates a template,
yeah,
and then you fill the template up, and that populates the website.
yeah, that's pretty much it. So we can just
Okay.
simply connect the template, and then it populates the website with our default data. And thereafter,
Uh,
you can simply click launch, and that's pretty much it. You have the website being deployed with optimizations and all of those things being done in the background. It'll spin up a website, give you the website, and thereafter you can use designer AI and developer AI to, it's like create and design the website quickly.
that
So
okay. And does it support any like logins and stuff like that, like
yeah,
authentication?
it does. It does. It does.
Okay.
So we have membership.
Okay.
So it kind of connects
So
with
it's not it's from Notion database to website is maybe a better way of pitching this.
yeah, this that's exactly how it is. So it's like kind of syncs data from Notion and just like puts it on Google Cloud, and thereafter the website data kind of lives on Google Cloud. So that's the reason why it's like it's instantaneous and faster.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because having it connected with Notion kind of makes it like janky sort of a website. So it's like we need to have like a proper full stack. It's like a super high
Yeah, but
performant.
that's like secret behind the scenes almost,
Yeah,
like. But I like this pitch where it's like Notion database to website
yeah,
in like
yeah.
2 clicks, really. Like you just signed in and sent.
I get it.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. I love it.
So
And okay, you got
kind of
memberships.
yeah, we have like memberships.
Hmm.
So you can either sell your data publicly, so you don't need a login.
Hmm.
uh, so you're just giving out data publicly, and if
Hmm.
you have like member only, you can connect with Gumroad, Lemon Squeezy, or Discord
Okay.
and manage your community like that. So if people
Uh,
pay, say they take a monthly subscription or lifetime subscription, let's say on Gumroad, it'll automatically create it's like it automatically create it's like a lifetime key for them,
mhm.
and you'd see the user account appear automatically here, and they'd be able to log in and manage the account accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're saying easy to use WordPress alternative powered by Notion, build production ready apps in hours, set up listings, SEO, custom domains, payments without any technical. Yeah. See, like you should submit also the landing page so I can go through the landing page. Now that I understand it, I'll give you better feedback. But I love it. I think definitely there's a market for this because it's easy. It's like just the blog thing,
hmm
and you have it on your thing. That's great. Your website, you have product docs, help desk, blog, directly, two-sided marketplace. Very cool. And then you
so
got auth. Can you show me the thing again? The main page?
the membership one.
Yeah, yeah. Like if I'm in, yeah, if I buy this is what I see, right? So I can do analytics. What is content?
Oh, content is the synced data from Notion. So yeah, so that's what it shows here. Just a second. So
Oh,
this is how you see it. You also see like the number of upvotes or ratings. User can rate content.
so this is the row. you just took the raw data and then made it into a card?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's properly
that's cool.
structured. It uses AI in the background when the data is it's like synced. So
Mhm.
kind of cleans the whole data set up, structures it properly, and then you kind of see all that data. You
Very
can
cool.
yeah. So that's the thing. We
And then
also adding
forms, oh yeah, what is that? Show me, what is those things on the
yeah.
top?
Yeah, so this kind of scans the data for data that needs to be fixed. So let's say there are some new components that Notion has recently added, and we kind of don't support it. So
Mhm.
you kind of get this that it's like this is what we don't support. You need to kind of fix it. So it kind of shows those it's like uh, posts with some alerts down there where let's say this one kind of does not support. There's like some parts of it, and
Mhm.
so we kind of need to go in Notion and kind of edit it, and then it'll start to work. Apart from
Okay.
that,
It
we
says
also have,
33 darks waiting for review. What is that?
yeah. So it kind of it's like you kind of need. So there's some it's like block that I am
Hmm.
using here, which is
Hmm.
not being synced. So this is exactly the reason why it says that it needs to be reviewed. Um,
Mm.
yeah, so kind of need to fix it. So that's
Can
that.
you show me a fix? Like, so, or is that something broken? But yeah,
Yeah, I might have to go through that. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Okay. Let's move on. So content, what is forms
Uh,
on the
so
left?
forms, yeah, forms. So you use Tally forms. So you can
Hmm.
simply connect Tally forms directly here, and
Okay.
and create a wait list or let's say or a subscription form or anything that you have in mind. You can simply create a
Hmm.
Tally form by just it's like creating a form. Let's say I want to create a ticketing form for help desk.
Hmm.
So you can simply create a ticketing form, use
Hmm.
this URL, add it into Tally,
Hmm.
add your URL here in Tally, and simply add the key
Hmm.
here. Generate a webhook. You can set up a webhook in Tally, and then all the responses that come in Tally kind of show up here, and they are
Okay.
properly structured.
Very cool. And then membership, what's Wonder AI?
So Wonder AI is like you have an AI agent, just
Hmm.
like chat-based,
Hmm.
directly like embedded within the website, so that
Hmm.
when a person comes on your website, let's say.
Yeah, we'll check out the Galaxy. There we go.
So that was like very, it's like the website actually deployed on Vercel.
Hmm.
So it's being served from there. Person comes here and they want to like you kind of have like AI agents, so you can configure the AI agent howsoever you want. You can have it, it's like act as a sales agent. You can
Hmm.
simply add the prompt, and it'll act as a sales agent. You can ask, it's like whatever AI behavior you want it to operate like, and it'll similarly act like that. And so you can simply ask a question and they'll come back to you with the answer. If a user, let's say it's trained on the CMS data, which is all the Notion data that you have uploaded and the configuration
Hmm.
that you have set up. So answers obviously come based on that. Apart from that, we also have like personalized responses, as you can see here. So we have personalized responses.
Hmm.
Personalized responses are uh, when a user is logged in, that's when
Hmm.
it takes the data from that user's account to
Hmm.
yes them like very specific answers, it's like with their interests, with what they have upvoted or what they're interested in, and based on that it can give them answers. And you can also lock and unlock certain have premium models and lock and unlock certain listings where those listings will AI will it's like kind of serve them listings by giving them like three open listings and two and it's like listings that are locked,
Hmm.
which kind of gets the user convert from free to paid accordingly.
I like it.
Yeah,
Okay. Is
yeah,
what was? Can you go back to the thing? Okay, and then
yeah,
integrations
yeah. Just a
is
second. Yeah.
yeah.
So integrations are like you can create add a widget or a
Hmm.
script. So like HubSpot
To the
chat.
website. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like if you want to add your own CRISPR chat, you have been using
Hmm.
CRISPR on your website, you want to add that. So you can do that. You can add intercom if you want it. You have a certain need for analytics. Let's say you use Phantom.
Hotjar. I love it.
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Whatever. All
You,
right. And sections. What sections?
So yeah, sections is like just a
of the
second.
website?
Sections, yeah. On the sections, you can create like let's say pricing pages, and let's say I click ready-made sections. They're like pricing page, so it'll use the existing design styles, my colors,
Hmm.
and existing fonts and colors and
And
all of
just
those
create the
things.
component. And then
Yeah,
this
it's the comp.
website, do I deploy it from here or do I deploy it in Vercel or something?
No, no, no. You deploy it directly from me, and
Okay.
we deploy it on Vercel.
Okay.
So that's how the whole thing works.
Very cool. Uh, it's great.
And,
And
and we also have updates. So
Mhm.
if we kind of push like updates regularly, so a person's they can update their template. It automatically gets updated every few hours. But
Okay.
if you want to like update it instantaneously, you kind of get this update notification in the Action Center, and you can just click update. It'll update the template for you. So we're constantly pushing out updates, and it kind of fixes all the bugs on all of those templates. So kind of
Nice.
like OTA updates.
Okay. And then, so there's a landing page and then there's a website in the back end behind the landing page, right? That's what I'm
Yeah,
understanding.
yeah.
And the landing page designer and the website designer, where is that?
So we don't have a landing page specifically. Yes, like because the landing page is not something that I focused on, because it's
Hmm.
easier to now create landing pages using Framer, and I
Hmm.
believe like Framer does a very good job of creating landing pages. It's like absolutely
That's
beautiful.
fine.
Um,
That's fine.
yeah,
So this is, you create a landing page using whatever you like, and
yeah,
then this is the actual behind
yeah. So
the
this is like
landing
the app.
page.
It's your app.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it, bro. Uh, Good job. But in terms of demo,
yeah.
if you want to stop sharing your screen, I'll give you
No, no.
some feedback on it.
I still have two things to go for.
Oh,
So
show me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we kind of have like branding AI. So you have this classic editor like this one.
Okay.
You can just like go through and edit, let's say the hero section, or you can edit fonts or colors, or it's like add feature flags or hide some things or add some
Mhm.
things. You have like multiple components in there.
But this
So
looks like a landing page, though.
it looks like a landing page. It's actually specifically made like in that aspect, just
Okay.
for people who don't want to build a landing page. But in case if you want to build a landing page, you can consider this as an app,
Yeah.
and not let the user, it's like see the app unless they log in. You can set that up in the back, it's like in
Okay.
settings.
Yeah. Yeah. You should pick you should, because you're already doing so much. Might as well just do the landing page, right?
Yeah. So we have AI. So it's like, let's say
Mhm.
you want to build a website like Starter Story.
Mhm.
Uh, you can just simply add the URL here, and it'll go through the Starter Story website, pick up the logo, pick up the metadata, pick up the colors, take all of that and ingest it in. And then you can simply ask to create such a website, and it'll take those colors, even that logo if you want it,
Yeah.
and it'll spin up the website quickly using Designer AI.
Amazing.
So yeah, kind of works beautifully though.
I love it. You're crushing. Is there anything else you want to show me? Like, is this the end of it?
I have one more thing to show
But
you.
wait, there's more.
Yeah. So we kind of have like SEO ready, so you can add
Yeah.
metadata and stuff. So there's we have support for subdirectories as well. So there are some people that kind of
Yeah.
ask for subdirectories, so you can go for subdirectories, which is like have your website kind of hosted on let's say a subdirectory like this. I have a Wonder help desk, like kind
So
of
cool.
hosted on directly on a subdirectory like this. So it's /help. So
Hmm.
that kind of gets indexed by Google as your own sitemap. So that
Yeah.
works beautiful. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Subdirectory and subdomains? That's great.
Yeah.
Crust. Yeah,
That's
bro.
pretty much.
Like I wish Beehive did that, because they have like a newsletter
Yeah.
and they just do subdomains. And I'm like, bro,
They should
subdomains.
definitely do subdirectories, because
Yeah.
all that content needs to be indexed on your website.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Like that's why I wanted, because I have like Feedback Friday in my newsletter,
Yeah.
and they're both on like subdomains, and I wish it was just my whatever with a forward slash.
Yeah,
You need
it definitely
you need to
helps.
talk to to
Yeah.
Tyler Bank.
Yeah. In fact, this is one of those reasons. The reason why I created this, it was just to have it's like data shown up like that, and it's like all that content kind of bringing traffic to the website.
I love it.
Also,
Oh,
apart from that, one more thing. So sorry, just
no,
forgot
no, it's
about
fine. It's fine.
it.
Keep going.
I forgot about it. So yeah. So it's like you can. It's actually being added on the website
Mhm.
on the app. We kind of have this. We're about to build like mobile apps too. So all this data kind of being
Mhm.
ingested as a mobile app and being served on iOS and Androids.
Yeah.
So you can create those as well using this. And apart from that, you can also create a Chrome extension quickly using the website that you deployed on Wonder Sites, so that that Chrome extension kind of looks and opens up like this in the corner. Just a second. Let me. Yeah. So anybody can just simply open up your Chrome extension, get help from. Just a second. It just takes a second to load.
Sure.
This is actually a website that was actually built on Wonder Sites.
Mhm.
So you can build Chrome extensions like that. So you kind of get this like full stack setup where you just
Oh,
publish your data from Notion and everything just works.
hell yeah, bro. Christ,
Yeah.
it's so good. Wondersites.co, super good. Like, I have nothing to say. Like, what's the pricing?
Yeah. Pricing is kind of slashed down right now. It's
Mhm.
750 for one website,
Mhm.
and 35 for 10.
Okay.
So it's like if you want to build like multiple help
It
desks,
seems
multiple
it
blogs,
seems cheap. It seems
it is.
cheap.
It is.
Because what's Beehive charging?
Oh, that's pretty high.
Yeah. And people are paying happily. So
Yeah.
uh app just Beehive. Here we go. Beehive. Their pricing is, yeah, they're doing $50 a month,
Mhm.
or I think it's for the free one, it's 3 publications. So 3 websites. So you're doing one website. But is the subdirectory also considered one website?
Yeah. So no, subdirectories
Yeah,
actually include in the business one. So if you have a business and one subdirectory, so you can simply get subdirectories like that.
yeah.
So
I
if
would just
personally
copy their pricing model.
Beehives,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely think about it. Yeah, that's a good
yeah. Go
input though.
look at that. But yeah, you can stop sharing your screen if you're done.
Yeah, I'm actually done.
Uh, yeah, I don't know how to do it either. One second. Oh, you got. All right, bro. Yeah, no, it's great. Good luck on it. Just in terms of feedback on the demo,
Mhm.
it was a little too much,
It
right?
is. It is too
So,
much. Yeah.
so you finding a walkthrough
Yeah.
of this is how you start from scratch, you
Hmm.
build it, you create this, and you have like a rehearsed walkthrough to show them all the features would
Hmm.
help you a lot in the demo if you want to start showing this to people. And yeah, bro, like if you have any questions for me, I think you'll crush it. I think if you just get on enough calls, show
Hmm.
people the demos, get their feedback, see what they think, see what they think of the pricing, see, if they, especially if they're a Notion user and they use databases, uh, you'll crush this because it's such an easy way of building a website. It's kind of competing with, for me, it seems like it's competing with all the website builders, like it's Webflow, Framer, all
Hmm.
of these, you're competing with them. And what you have that is great is this kind of like CMS approach where it's like you don't have to deal with any of the design. You just, if you know how to use Notion databases, you're good to go.
Hmm.
Because everything learning on your platform seems not a steep learning curve, because it's like, hey,
Yeah.
AI will do it for you. You see the component, you put the component. It seems very easy to understand.
Mhm.
So fantastic job, bro. I love.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's like really appreciate it coming from you. Uh, so I do have a few questions though. It's
Please, yeah.
like, how do you think I should improve? I get it. It's
Mhm,
like took note of that I gotta, it's like going to look into other competitors' pricing and kind of fix this.
mhm.
And do you really think that I should probably keep it like cheap or
No, 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 no. You shouldn't compete on price.
yeah,
Price is not something you should compete with because price has already been tested for you. You going
yeah,
in and pretending, that you can undercut all these people and whatever. It's just it's gonna signal poor quality. It's gonna be like,
yeah,
why is why are they charging this much and he's not charging that much,
mhm,
right? So definitely have a generous introductory offer. Like maybe if you can't do free for three
mhm,
websites, do one website free.
mhm.
But then if you need three websites, it's like 4.99 or like nine
Yeah,
ninety nine, and
yeah,
then whatever just go find these different CMS platforms and see what they're pricing
mhm,
and which one you're closest to. Because I
mhm.
don't think you're that close to Beehive, but I can see some
Yeah.
people being like, it's like Beehive, but what's the name of the other CMS? Headless, headless CMS. What's it called? Stripey? Yeah, let's see what Stripey's charging, right? Stripey. See their prices. Wait, here we go. Price. Okay, they do $15 per seat per month. So if it's a team,
Mhm.
uh, authenticate with Okta, they do 50. Yeah, $50 seems like what everybody's charging. Cloud, they're doing 70, $15 per project with 100,000 API requests. Uh, and then they're doing 75 per project with a million API requests. So yeah,
Well,
$50
reaching
seems like what?
yeah, so reaching 100,000 API requests is pretty. A person can quickly reach that as soon as they have a few users. So yeah, so it's like a lot of them are kind of like setting it up based on metrics, which is easy to bypass quickly, and users kind of not understanding it is where they kind of get this edge.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta find whatever makes sense to your user,
But I've
right?
been
Like
thinking,
Stripey is for developers, right? So
yeah,
so it's not
yeah,
the
yeah.
best thing to emulate, but I'm just saying that this is their pricing, right? They're doing 100,000 API requests for $15 and $75 for a million, and
Mm-hmm.
Beehive is doing $50 for the scale. You go look at these pricing, and then you're gonna find kind of the sweet spot. Like this is what people are gonna pay for, like a hosted CMS solution for their content, right? And you just do
Yeah.
that, and then, but yeah, answer to your first question is definitely do not compete on price.
All right.
You're cutting out a
So,
little.
and apart from that, you
Yeah,
said that I should probably have use like you buy into the whole thing where it's like turning Notion, it's like the approach of turning Notion CMS, Notion as a CMS is what it's like you understood, rather than the headline that build on Notion.
yeah. I think
So,
you said. I think Notion to yeah. You have it in your
Notion towards. Yeah,
yeah Notion to blog, help desk, and directory sites. I think that
yeah,
is too broad
yeah,
and doesn't set up the expectation properly. I think if you say Notion database to blog, help desk, whatever, makes more sense because it's like, okay, what I need to do in Notion is just create the database. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because in my mind, I don't use Notion. I'm building actually like a Notion competitor. Uh, I'm not a
Mhm.
big Notion fan, but in
Mhm.
my mind, if I had like a folder in Notion and I was like, okay, I want to make that into a blog, I can't do that with your thing. Well,
Mhm.
if someone tells me Notion a
Yeah.
blog, I should be able to do that, right? So,
Yeah.
but the database approach is great because I'm pretty sure there's a
Mhm.
way to generate Notion to do that, create
Yeah.
a database using all the folder structure I use and
Mhm.
populate it and all of that. So, uh, but it hits it straight to the point. Notion database to whatever, anything you can put in a database,
Yeah.
we can deliver on it. You're giving them suggestions
Yeah.
like the product docs, the help desk, the blog, the directory, two-sided marketplace. All of these are suggestions. But
Mhm.
whatever the database is, like let's say someone has an idea you haven't thought of. If they go on Google and start searching Notion database to website, you'll pop up. Whereas if they just do Notion to website, you're competing with so many other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
And that's just my opinion. Like it doesn't mean it's the truth, but that's kind of my justification for it.
No,
Is
no, no. I
like,
understand it,
yeah,
but it's easier. Kind
mm,
of sets up the expectation, right? That is correct. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, hit me, bro.
what I was asking was, what are you building when it comes to Notion alternative? So, because the
Hmm.
way I structured Wonder Sites was to purposely add more databases, let's say Airtable, and so that you can quickly, I can set up an integration with Airtable and it's like launch it within a week. So
Hmm.
stuff like that I can do, but I started up with Notion, so that's the whole
Hmm.
idea, which was to keep it as niche as possible. So that's how I started it. But it's actually built with the mindset so that I'd be able to, it's like add more databases to it, so that anybody can just simply come up with this idea that I want to set up my database on Firebase. I don't want to set up my database on Notion. I want to set it up on Firebase, or I want to set it up on Supperbase. So,
I
or
would
they can
not
just
do
simply
that.
set it
I
up
would
on
not
Supperbase.
do that because it's just, yeah, I would not do that. I would hit one type of customer and
Hmm.
crush that type of customer. So Airtable seems like a good second one,
Yeah.
like because once you start saying, "Oh, you have a Firebase database," if someone knows how to
Mhm.
use Firebase, they know how to build a lot of this stuff, right? They're not
Yeah.
gonna need.
That's
But
true.
the no
Yeah.
code market, like the no code marketplace, that is a good customer.
Got it.
The
Got it.
people who are like, okay, I know how to use a database, I know how to use Airtable, I know how to use Notion, I don't know code, but I
Hmm.
understand that is your customer. So
Hmm.
do you want to find these customers and hit them strongly? Notion is good. Airtable, I think, is fantastic second market. But yeah, Notion and Airtable. But see, the thing about and is divides potency by two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time you say and, you're kind of like cutting the power of whatever you're saying.
Yeah. So
You
as
know,
you see that I gave such a long demo, how do you think I can shorten it up? It's like kind of
you
go
it
in
doesn't
detail.
have to be short. It just has to flow logically. Like imagine seeing a movie, right? You can
Yeah.
see an hour movie that has a simple plot
Hmm.
and you're engaged. But if you see an hour movie and there's like 70 different subplots and loud music and whatnot, and you're like, what the hell is going on? You're gonna get frustrated and you want to turn the movie. So it's not about because if someone has this problem, they'll give you all the time in the world, right?
Hmm.
But uh, from Notion database
Yeah.
to final website, that is
Hmm.
the plot.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you find somebody on a demo, you're like,
Hmm.
hey, bro, uh, you want to, I don't know, send me your database or something like that beforehand or something. If not, just started the database in
Mm.
Notion. Say, hey, you have a database in Notion. This is how WonderSites can help you out. You open
Yeah,
up WonderSites, you connect this database, and then boom, you get a website. You can update the database in Notion and see it updated in WonderSites, and you can manage authentication. You can send them surveys. You can do all of that, and this is so you kind of give them this use case from 0 to 100.
got it. Got it.
You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be short. It can be long, but it can't be all over the place because people are going to get bored, and you don't want them leading the demo. You want to be
Yeah,
the leader of the demo and be like, I know your problem. You have this database and you'd like to share it. You'd like to monetize it. You'd like to do whatever these things that your website does. This is how you do it using WonderSites. Boom.
got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it.
Yeah. And if you want to ask them, hey, after you show them the demo, do you have any databases you want to monetize? You know, would you like to show your screen and I can walk you through setting it up? You know, like that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if maybe pricing per database is a better business model now that I think
Hmm.
about it. So instead of
Like a lot of people do it like based on one site, so they charge you based on site, based on per seat. So kind of like
yeah,
make
proceed for sure. Proceed,
yeah.
but I'm saying because your unique value proposition is database to website,
Hmm.
you have an opportunity to price per database,
Yeah,
you know, and it gives them kind of this openness and freedom. Like, okay, maybe I want to flip 3 websites from this one database. You can do that, but there's only one source of truth because in your backend, it's just linking to the same cloud instance that you're
got
syncing up with, right?
it.
So it's not going to add too much overhead for you. But
Yeah,
once you start to have to manage multiple websites and multiple databases, now they can pay extra for a second database. Like, oh, bring in if you want to bring in a second database, and you kind of have this uh, differentiating mode where it's like, oh, you know, if you want to compete with me, you now have to price per database. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's one of those like just an idea. I think it's a good idea. But yeah,
It
bro.
definitely
And
can. Yeah, it definitely can. It's easier though, because we kind of have like the data already living up in, let's say, Cloudflare and
mhm,
Firebase and Google Clouds. So you're just connecting the same, it's like setup, it's the same data,
yeah,
uh, kind of powers up the whole website again. So
mhm,
yeah,
yeah, bro.
but
And he,
there is a problem, which is like if you have the same database on multiple websites,
mhm,
Google kind of it's like punishes you for it. So.
interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's multiple. So
yeah.
it's multiple. The multiple.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah. There may be per domain or something because the subdirectory is like I'm thinking. There's a way to have like maybe like the premium
Yeah.
subdirectory and then the basic subdirectory, right? And
Hmm.
you can hide and show columns based on which subdirectory.
Hmm.
But that might be 2 websites. I don't know. You figure it out. I was just,
Yeah, yeah.
spitballing ideas,
Has been quite helpful though.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
appreciate
gave
it.
me yeah, kind of gave me
Yeah,
a
but
point of view. Yeah.
yeah, you're crushing it. Like it's really cool. I like this. I like this idea a lot. I can see a lot of people have this, like click in their mind. They're like, okay, just for blogs, it's perfect, right? Where it's like, oh, I don't have to deal with anything. I can just link up my database,
Yeah.
put my blog in a database format, you know, and then yeah, and I'll send you the landing page formula if you want to submit to and get feedback on this iteration.
Hmm.
But the landing page formula kind of shows you how to lay it out so people understand what's going on. And for you, the use cases section is going to be great because you can just, hey, If you want to do a blog, this is how you set it up. If you want to do a
Yeah.
help desk, this is how you set it up. If you want to do whatever, and in that use case section, you can kind of give people all these ideas, and then what would you build? Kind of tip thing to kind of
Yeah.
call to action to
Yeah.
activate people's imagination. Because I can see people just understanding the build. Because right now I don't understand the building blocks from the website.
Mhm.
But if I do understand the building blocks from the website, where it's like I know it's just you take a database and flip it into website ready data,
Mhm.
and then give me the tools to kind of organize that data and see the data.
Mhm.
It's no brainer.
So having it like a chat interface, or if directly on ChatGPT or Claude, so you can simply be on Claude or ChatGPT, and it has an MCP that kind of uses our API, and then it kind of it's like
That's
sets the
good
whole
to
thing
have.
up.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not a main selling feature. Like it's a great step, because
Hmm.
now you're like you don't even have to be on the thing. You can just chat GPT and
Yeah, that's
and
pretty.
and organize it and all of that.
You want
That
to say like you want to build a help desk for your app that you just launched. It's like that's pretty much it. Just spin
Yeah,
it up.
yeah, but I think you should definitely tell the main value proposition, which is
Yeah.
you build a database on Notion,
Yeah.
we handle the rest, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That is an easy headliner to kind of grasp quite quickly, rather than just the one that I have right now. It's like an easy to use WordPress alternative and powered by
that's
Notion.
good.
So
No, easy to use work. You want to relate things
yeah,
because people's minds know what they know,
yeah,
and when you introduce a new idea, you do want to say it's an alternative to something.
yeah,
Like Supabase does. Oh, we're an open source Firebase alternative. If you
yeah,
use Supabase and if you use Firebase, they are so not like each other. You know what I mean? Like it is
yeah,
completely detached, but they
yeah,
use it because Firebase was the most popular thing and they want to
yeah.
convert people to using it. So this is fantastic. Like you can use that as the first line of your subheadline, an easy to use WordPress alternative using Notion databases, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and then, the headline, the formula I tell people is you want to do a big promise that relieves a big pain in a specific target market. So your
Mhm.
specific target market here is no code
Yeah.
database tinkerers,
Hmm.
you know, which is like perfect. These like Notion people that are like, oh my God, I can build all these systems, right?
Yeah.
So that is the target market. Their pain is how do I take my Notion database and make it into a website, monetize it, all of that,
Hmm.
you know, and turn your database, turn your Notion database into a website with 2 clicks is 10 out of 10 headline. Because you're like, what? All I have to do is sign in and hit,
Yeah.
link,
Yeah.
and it does it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What I mean? And then
Yeah.
in the sub headline, you kind of expand, like,
Mhm.
easy to use WordPress alternative powered by Notion databases. And then in the sub headline, you can expand on all the features you have, right?
Yeah.
Handle authentication, payments, community, forms, all in an easy to use interface, synced up with your database with one click, something like that. To kind of expand
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
And that headline sub headline combo, you're like, hell yeah, let's go.